You guys already know that lean is law. To staying lean year round, there's a lot of things that have to be in order for you to be able to say, oh, I'm staying lean year round, I'm sub 15% body fat. A lot of things, a lot of factors, and I'll be going over all those factors today. So stay with me here, guys. I'm going to be cooking. Welcome back to another YouTube video. You guys know what time it is. We are back with another banger, little whiteboard video for you guys today. So let's get into it without further ado. But yeah, lean is law. I stay lean year round. My body fat usually between 11 and 15%. I've had lower on some occasions when I'm purposely trying to have lower, but usually I'm walking around 11 to 15% body fat. I never let it get above 15% body fat. For no reason should you be overweight. For no reason should you not be blasted in 2026. Everybody should be in shape. There's no excuses. But yeah, let's get into it. The first one here is going to be your training frequency. How often are you going to the gym? For me, I go to the gym 6 days a week. Even on the 7th day that I'm supposed to be resting, I'm still doing active recovery. So I'm still walking, go to the sauna, whatever the case may be, just some movement in. I could play some basketball too as well. Getting into training frequency, how often are you going to be training every day for you to be able to guarantee muscle gains? If you're going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week, that's just perfect. If you're going less than 3 times a week, you're not ready for serious gains. 3 to 5 times a week, I feel like that's the happy medium that everyone should be going. If you hack your training frequency, that is already one win in the bag. That's a W right there. You know what I mean? The next thing is going to be your training partners. There's some people that like to train solo. I train solo most of the time. But if you have people around you that be like, oh, I want to go to the gym with you, let's go train together. You always want to make sure your training partners are stronger than you and your training partners are serious about training, because they're going to be able to push you and you're going to be able to have more gains in general. Choosing your training partners wisely. From an early age, when I started training, I was always surrounded by dogs. Everybody that I was training with, they were all dogs. The biggest, literally, you know what I mean? And that set the tone for my own training standard, because I'm like, no, if I'm going to be training around these dogs, I need to step up to the plate. And with me stepping up to the plate, I was able to get stronger as a result of that. So if you're going to be picking your training partners, you want to make sure that these guys are dogs, these guys train at a very different level than you, and you're guaranteed a good session whenever you link up to train with them. Once you have that W already hacked in on your training partners, the next one is going to come down to your nutrition here, which is protein and carbs maxing. Literally, the only thing you should care about is your protein and carbs. People may not agree with me, but I feel like that's the only thing you should care about. I don't really eat any fats. I only care about my protein intake and my carb intake. How much protein should you be consuming on a day-to-day basis for you to stay in peak physical lean shape? How much carbs should you be consuming as well? A lot of people think that carbs are the enemy. Carbs are not the enemy at all. If anything, carbs should be your friend. I love carbs. Anybody that knows me, they know I love some carbs in me, because that is guaranteed to give you the diabolical pump. That is guaranteed to give you the energy that you need to go through heavy sessions, crazy long sessions. So in general, carbs are needed. If you understand how much grams of carbs you should be consuming on a day-to-day basis, that would help you, and that will help your training sessions. But yeah, carbs are your friend. They're not your enemy at all. Make sure you carbs maxing. Protein, whole foods. You can't just be drinking protein shake alone. You want to be getting most of your protein from whole foods. This is another W that you have to stack. Once you lock in on your protein and carbs and you're winning in that segment, there are other things that you need to still worry about as well, which we're getting into. So stay with me here, guys. We're cooking. The next one is going to be your rest and recovery. How much rest and recovery you're getting on a day-to-day basis is going to determine how much performance and how much output you can bring to the gym every day when you go in. To get the most out of your sessions, you need to be resting properly, you need to be recovering properly. So taking prior time to be like, okay, I need to get my rest in. If you need a day off, take a day off. If you need to go to the gym at a different time, you can, but prioritizing your rest and recovery. So when you go into the gym, full maximum effort, full maximum output is required, and that's what you're given. If you have that hacked in, you're winning as well. So stay with me here, guys. Let's do a quick recap before we get to the last one. The last one is the most important one. Training frequency. You need to be going 3 to 5 times a week. I go 6 times a week, depending on what you want to do. Training partners. Make sure you're training with dogs. Anybody you're going to train with has to be training at a different level than you. Next one, protein and carbs maxing. That's all you should care about. How much protein should I be consuming? How much carbs is needed for my body to grow and give me the energy that I need? Next one here, rest and recovery. Prioritizing your rest and recovery so you can be performing at the highest level. Literally every day you go into the gym is full effort, full output from your side, because you're prioritizing your rest and recovery. And then the last one here, which is the most important, your mental. The main thing that you should be going into the gym with is to focus on the mental, because the mental is going to be able to get you through the hard days. It's not every day you're going to wake up excited to go to the gym. It's not every day you're going to wake up wanting to go to the gym. But the mental has to be strong enough to know that, yo, I don't feel like it today, but I still have to push myself. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like eating the food I'm supposed to eat. I don't feel like walking, taking my steps that I need to take every day, but I have to do it, because the mental has to be stronger than the body. You know what I mean? And that is what it's all about. To stay lean year round, all this have to be in cues, but most of all, your mental has to be strong, because it's every day. It's every single day doing the same thing repeatedly, over and over and over again, to stay lean, to stay blasted at all times. And it's going to come with a lot of sacrifice. It's going to come with a lot of mental strength. But that's where you get it from, though. That's why I love the gym, because at this point and stage in my fitness journey, I'm going to the gym strictly because of the mental. The physique, okay, yeah, fine, we can get a little bit bigger, whatever the case may be, but more of the mental. You need to keep up here sane. And the only way for me I keep up here sane, apart from praying to God and being in the scriptures, is lifting some heavy ass weights. It works for me. Some heavy ass plates, it just drops my stress levels a little low. You know what I mean? So yeah, you find what works for you, but the mental has to be strong to be able to withstand the test of staying lean year round. A lot of people fall off the track. A lot of people fall off wagon. Do you know how long I've been training? Do you know how long I've been looking like this? There's so many people I started with. They're nowhere to be found today. They're out of shape, sloppy. They don't post pictures no more, because they know they've played themselves. They know they're fat now. They know they're not locked in anymore. You know, so you don't want to be like that. So if you have your mental locked in, that is another W as well. If you have W's in all these areas here, literally you're going to stay lean year round, because you have everything executing at a very high level. Your training frequency, you're going to the gym every day, you have good training partners that you train with, your nutrition is locked in, your rest and recovery is locked in, and then your mental, most of all, is locked in too as well. So you're rolling and patrolling at the highest level, literally. You know, so we want to make sure that if you want to be lean year round, lock in on all these things so that you can help yourself stay lean. That's how I stay lean. I stay fully blasted at all times, because that is the standard that I've set for myself. When I seen guys that were getting in shape when I was young, I was like, I want to look like that guy. What the hell is that guy on? I need to be blasted like that. And I'm like, oh, I just have to be consistent with it. Okay, stay consistent. Deposits every day. Putting up shots every day. Going to the gym every day. Eating every day. Training every day. Boom, now we blasted. Oh, just little consistency of work. Easy for you to stay lean year round once you lock in on the fundamentals here. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you made it far into the end of this video and you need help with your training, you need help with some accountability, wanting to get lean, wanting to get blasted, just DM me. DM me on Instagram, Big Dog Cho. DM me on YouTube, whatever the case may be. I'm always answering my DMs and talking to everybody. So yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go.